getting better. I need to charge this phone. All right, Robs, we're back with new book Arrivals number 330. I didn't get as many books in the past week because I had some kind of stomach virus or food poisoning or something. So it kept me mostly in the house for a couple days and the hospital a little bit. We'll start with Some of Your Blood, a book which I bought online for $8 and was not worth it. I mean, it's not in great shape at all. It's a pretty shitty shape. But I plan to read this on the channel. I read about it in, on, what's it called? What's that book about Dracula? Whatever it's called. I've totally forgotten the name now. Some of Your Blood by Theodore Sturgeon. I wanted this. I've been looking for it. And now I have it. And since it's in such bad shape, I'll use it as my copy of reading. Just don't know how to go about it since it's in kind of a fucked up epistolary manner. But we shall see. Two more Stephen King books. I have tons of Stephen King books. I don't like the guy. I think he sucks as a writer. I mean, I'll give you an example here. Let's just start. In one way, at least, our lives really are like movies. The main cast consists of your family and friends. The supporting cast is made up of neighbors, co-workers, teachers, and daily acquaintances. There are also bit players. The supermarket check. He's not a good writer. I mean, I know people say his old books are really good, but they're just rubbish. Like I said, I had a girlfriend who read these back in high school, and I started reading a few, and I was just like, "This is not good," right? And that's when I was 18, so it's not like it's a newly acquired dislike. But I always liked the movies that came out. They were always really good. The movie versions I liked. He's more of a pulp writer to me. Shakespeare, an outline series, all 37 plays, completely outlined with criticism for each play. Obviously, someone's college handbook for a class, possibly required, but I don't know. I don't know how you could cover 37 of Shakespeare's plays in one college course, but I guess it's possible. Ultimate Energy, using your natural energies to balance body, mind, and spirit by Tori Hartman, Eliza Svan, and Chris Ferraro. Includes 3 essential volumes: chakras, auras, and energy healing. None of which I believe in, but I do collect this sort of thing just because it's considered in the almost paranormal, occult sciences sort of thing. Nighttime ritual for chakra healing. As you wind down your day, allow yourself to release any awareness that came up. Let go of where you were, where you want to be, and where you think you should be. Let's return to the 7 doors. You are now where you were in the morning, and now we are going to count backward from the 7th chakra. To me, this chakra business is kind of just like you've given up on everything in life. You don't know what you're doing, so you follow some little routine, which is fine, I guess, but just don't be a crybaby. And don't smoke either, or you look like a weathered old roadmap like Virginia Woolf here. Virginia Woolf, Hermione Lee, a majestic literary biography, a truly new, surprisingly fresh portrait. Let's see what it says. While Virginia Woolf, one of our century's most brilliant and mercurial writers, has had no shortage of biographers, none has seemed as naturally suited to the task as Hermione Lee. Subscribing to Virginia Woolf's own belief in the fluidity and elusiveness of identity, Lee comes at her subject from a multitude of perspectives, producing a richly layered portrait of the writer and the woman that leaves all of her complexities and contradictions intact. Such issues as sexual abuse, mental illness, and suicide are brought into balance with the immensity of her literary achievement. It's a lot of pages to write about one person. Daedalus is Dead by Seamus Sullivan. Uncorrected proof, and I would have left it where it. What's this? What we got in there, bro? Elephant Ear. I didn't know there was an Elephant Ear Books in Plymouth, Michigan, which is where I bought this at the library. So maybe I'll look for that place. I wouldn't have bought this, but it was an ARC, and I believe it's signed, isn't it? No, it isn't. Which book is? Oh yeah, maybe it isn't this one that was signed. But this is a newer release, and I will sell this on the intranets, intraweber nets. It's in great shape. Let's see who the author is. Oh, it's Schlubly. All right. Queen of America. This is the one that's signed. Luis Alberto Uria. Never heard of the author, but come here. Come here, Bubba. For Mary. If your name's Mary and you want this book, message me. Maybe I'll send it. I guess you can't message me on here. Leave a message on this channel and maybe I'll send it to you. Obviously a novel. Oh, what's this? What's this? Did he sign this too? It does look signed, doesn't it? From award-winning author Luis Alberto Uria. Cast out from her homeland, Teresa Uria is greeted as a celebrity in America. The beloved healer is seen as a folk saint and curiosity. In demand for her reported powers to heal, she is claimed by revolutionaries and charlatans, and yet she is just a girl, an immigrant in a new land, dreaming of love and adventure. Wonder if he's going to do a follow-up where ICE arrests her. Spiritual leader, healer. I mean, he's like made up a whole persona for her. I think this is a novel. Yeah, it says novel right there. Uncorrected proof, coming December 2011. These two books by I think they're the same guy. They're supposedly ways to get you out of legal tyranny. So like when you go to court, you just say, listen, I'm not a citizen. Here's my birth certificate. It's my refusal of the contract or something like that. And so then you supposedly beat the system and get out of taxes and all kinds of bullshit. But what happens eventually is if you really know the law as well as this book wants you to, you can get out of stuff like that, but they'll eventually become pissed off and find little loopholes to arrest you and put you in jail for years. It's happened to many of these. Son of a bitch. This thing fails me every time. All right. So, there we go. Back to these books. Like I said, they're trying ways to get out of paying taxes and that sort of thing, and then you get arrested eventually for some misdemeanor, and then they put you in jail for 25 years. Frida Kahlo, The Diary of Frida Kahlo, which in itself is a great diary, although she was a communist. But her diaries are interesting. It's not really a diary. It's more of a painted drawing or painted journal with some writing added. But the parts that are painted are brilliant. I'll give her that much credit. If you're going to do a diary and you're artistic, this is the way to go. Obviously, the first part starts out as a diary and then it just evolves into painting after sketch after sketch and painted stuff. Get through the written part, which if I could read Spanish, I would, and I believe there's a translation in the back at some point in really small letters that make it difficult to decipher, but then you get into the artwork, which is awesome for a journal. This is not the best stuff, but it starts getting better. It's progressively better, then gets really good. Picasso-esque there. So you see, That's how it goes for page upon page. As I said, it becomes less a journal and more of an art practice book. Pretty cool. The murder, betrayal, and slaughter of the glorious Charles, Count of Flanders. Galbert of Bruges. Another book I'd like to read, except I don't know jack shit about medieval history. In 1127, Charles the Good, Count of Flanders, was surrounded by assassins while at prayer and killed by a sword blow to the forehead. His murder upset the fragile balance of power among England, France, and the Holy Roman Empire, giving rise to a bloody civil war and impacting the commercial life of medieval Europe. Unveiled: The Hidden Lives of Nuns by Cheryl L. Reed. I have quite a good little collection of nun books going on. Cheryl Reed. Articles have appeared in Mother Jones, blah, blah, blah. I'm never going to read these books on nuns, but after I started seeing so many different books about nuns at book sales and thrift stores, I just started collecting them. I said, what the fuck? No one else buys them except me, apparently. One day, if I ever open a bookstore, I'll have a section on nuns. The Sensual Sisters. What is this? Come on. They had to go there, didn't they? Benedictines in Ferdinand, Indiana. In rural Indiana near the Kentucky border, roads slither through fields. Living single for God. Blah, blah, blah. All right. Maybe I'll read this book later. I'm with the Band. Confessions of a Groupie by Pamela Des Barres. I don't know how to say that name. Des Barres. Updated edition. New forward by Dave Navarro. Is she naked here? Can't show that. I'll get fucking censored like they did another. Don't look at these. I'm not going to go through those because the last time I accidentally showed a naked woman on one of these books. I was censored. Not that I care, but what year was this? 87 originally, 2005. 3 months on the New York Times bestseller list. Someone actually paid $15 for this at Borders. I paid, I think, what did I pay? 50 cents? No, I think I paid a quarter for this. No, I don't know what I paid. Either way, it wasn't much. Hello, Brobs. What do you got, Brinley? Hey, I was a band hoe. I'm going to write my book about it. Who's this fucking guy? This book is called Pussy, but they've, for some reason, someone put stickers on it. I know where I got this one. I got this at, what's that called? Motown Thrift. What's this say? Latina F? Al? Latina Al? Or is that Af? Latina as fuck? Maybe that's what it means. Anyway, they censored their own book. Someone did. Pussy, a Reclamation by Regina Thomas Hauer. 2016. I dedicate this book to the women who will never hear of it, never even imagine it. Women who are currently living in the darkest corners of the world, whether inner or outer, who cannot even dream of having the luxury to investigate the topics. Listen to that train. One more. The cold is making the train horn sound sick. Latina as fuck. Brendan needs that sticker. Oh, jeez. We didn't want to go there purposely, but we stumbled upon it. You can vouch for me. I didn't mean to. All right, we're closing that one off. Definitely getting censored. No. Heaven and Hell: My Life in the Eagles, 1974 to 2001, by Don Felder, with Wendy Holden. 2008 book. I was hoping it would be signed, so it'd be worth some money. But I think it's probably like a $4 book. Another Borders, $15.95 purchase. And I'm going to guess I paid 50 cents for it. The Eagles are the best-selling and arguably the tightest-lipped American group ever, and Eagles is the best-selling album of all time in the United States. Through breakup and comeback, arguments and lawsuits, their popularity has continued to soar for more than 3 decades. Now band member and guitarist Don Felder finally breaks the Eagles' years of public silence to take fans behind the scenes. I think half of them are dead now, at least one or two. Borders was pretty good, but I mean, they were overpriced son of a bitches. And then their alliance with, well, they spread out too much, and then their alliance with Amazon was their death because that ended their stores for sure. People could get the book delivered instead of driving out to Ann Arbor. But I loved the Borders. They had a store that was, what was it called? The discount store. What was it called? And me and a buddy used to, when we sold books, we used to go up there. I do still sell books, but not a lot. We would go up there and find these books, brand new shape, $2 a piece, and or $2 or $3, and buy them and sell them for like $30. It was great. And they were brand new, so there was no really grading them. You just put them on like new, and they would sell on Amazon, which is the really the real irony of it all. We would sell them on Amazon, and back in the day, I would say early 2000s, probably 2004ish, you would put a book on that you bought at anywhere, even book sales. We'd get them for 50 cents, put them on Amazon, and if you bought 50 books at a book sale and most of them were good, you could sell 20 by the end of the night. And then cell phones ruined that because all these fuckers who knew nothing about books started scanning. They get a little scanning thing and would find out books that were worth money and go to sales. And then they would tell everybody at the sale, I'm scanning these books to sell them online. And the other person would say, oh, really, Joe? That's great. And then what happened was most books turned into penny books. And they ruined the market. Who's this guy? Portrait of Commodore Cornelius Vanderbilt. But yeah, back in the early 2000s, me and my buddy used to make like $500 a week selling books. We just go to book sale after book sale. That's when I was off the grid. Then I had a kid and I couldn't be off the grid. Ever since museums were invented, said Gertrude Vanderbilt Whitney at the opening ceremony of the 8th Street Whitney Museum, contemporary liberal artists have had difficulty crashing the gate. Museums have had, oh, shut up. The Whitney Women and the Museum They Made, a family memoir. No, it was great. And back then, I think you could make 20,000 before they would send a tax form. And so what people would do is just make like 19,000. They had 10 accounts and just make 19,000. But I just had an eBay account and I had a Amazon account. And if the books on Amazon didn't sell and the price eventually went down as they did, I would just bulk sell them on eBay. I had a good thing going there until reality caught up, and then I needed health insurance. So, but one day I'll get back to that at some point. What time is it? What time? I gotta go eat lunch. 1:30. Time to get ready for work. All right, Robs. That's all. I'll be back tonight to read this book. Around now. But not now. See ya, Robs.